Early but can't. No equals out, 4 wide for a stride. 8 metres away, Prominent Force. Then Nicholas Branagh. On the rail is Will Bailey. Dusty Preneur is second last, and Mark Apollo is 8 metres away. Larriman leads from one out of the straight. On the outside, Family Pennant, though, tackles it for the lead and succeeds. Third placing, 4 metres away, is No Equal, working up on the outside a little bit closer. He may even have a crack for the lead. Johnny Scooter fourth on the fence, 2 metres to Nicholas Branagh. Has No Equal on the outside at the lap and a half mark. Does tackle Family Pennant for the lead. Back in the field, Mark Apollo. He's now set alight from back of the tail, out 3 wide early. In the centre, Dusty Preneur. As Family Pennant keeps out No Equal. Off the track is Mark Apollo. Prominent Force is second last, and last on the outside is Will Bailey. Approaching the turn inside the lap and a quarter, and Mark Apollo travelled up into second placing now, within 1.5 metres of the leader, Family Pennant. So No Equal has to cover fourth on the outside of Larriman the rail. Then Johnny Scooter fifth, and 3 back on the fence. 2 metres away, Nicholas Branagh. He's had a nice run, patiently driven. 4 metres away, Dusty Preneur, who's second last on the outside of Prominent Force, and Will Bailey one off the fences last. They've got a lap to go at the 8.50, and now Nicholas Branagh pulls to the outside 3 wide, trailed up by Dusty Preneur. Out of the straight they race at the 800. It's Family Pennant leading Mark Apollo by 1 metre. Nicholas Branagh out 3 wide, gets to third. In the centre is No Equal. Larriman the leader's back. Dusty Preneur 3 wide with cover on the back of Nicholas Branagh. Then Johnny Scooter third last on the rail, and 5 metres away Will Bailey last on the outside of Prominent Force. Inside the 500 down the back, it's Mark Apollo on the outside of Family Pennant, putting his nose in front. Nicholas Branagh coming at the pair out 3 wide. Then No Equal fourth. On the fences, Larriman not going well, followed by Dusty Preneur. Will Bailey, Johnny Scooter badly needs a run, followed by Prominent Force. On the home turn of the 250, Family Pennant gone. Just in front, Mark Apollo being tackled by Nicholas Branagh on the outside. No Equal gets to third, and from well back is Will Bailey running home. At the 180, Mark Apollo 1.5 metres in front. He's pulling out plenty. Nicholas Branagh can't pick him up. No Equal gets to third. Then Will Bailey late down the outside, but Mark Apollo in front, and Mark Apollo is too good for them. Mark Apollo wins by 1.5 metres. No Equal second in the photo, a nose to Nicholas Branagh third. Close up ahead away, Will Bailey fourth. Then Johnny Scooter making ground, followed by Dusty Preneur. A gap to Prominent Force, followed by Family Pennant, and last in was Larriman.
On you, Brian. Brian's tipped that try.
The night. Racing. And coming out first on the outside, Bold Gamble, Big Bad Bruno showing pace short. Siesta flat top there, in trouble shortly after the start. Charro got dragged down, and Warren's Fly cruises over to second. Bold Gamble in front, but Warren's Fly, who cruised over, takes the rails run and goes to the lead now. They're out by 5 lengths then to Bold Gamble, Charro, Buenacello. Further back was flat top, Big Bad Bruno and Short Siesta, but it's all Warren's Fly. He sprinted well clear, and Warren's Fly goes on to win nicely. Bold Gamble second, Buenacello gets up for third, then Gaze Fancy. A break then in the field to a flat top, followed by Big Bad Bruno. Charro and Short Siesta was last.
Good one, Pete, thank you. And special from Peter, Warren's Flyer, 864.
Hi, I'm Ray Hadley, and this is Daniel Hadley. Whenever we're looking for a good time in Parramatta, although he's underage, we slip into the Parramatta Club. Dawn and the girls behind the bar really look after us. Slip down and see Pete and the crew in the Governor's Room, a superb restaurant, or of course the Courtyard Grill for lunches. A great club, the Parramatta Club in Hunter Street, Parramatta.
And Buddy score up nicely. Set for a start. Racing now. They came out nicely. Young Stamp showing good speed with another Henry, and out wide McElton, and going quickly is Skipper Hoy into the first turn. McElton forced very wide, where Skipper Hoy runs to the front from another Henry, but McElton is charging across. He's now in second place. 1.5 lengths to Young Stamp, who settles down fourth on the outside of Western Buddy. 1.5 lengths to Johnny Manjaro in the running line on the outside of Born to Star. Sovereign Lad is second last, and 2 off last is Sterling Vance. Skipper Hoy in front as they travel down the back on the first occasion. 1,600 metres out, and the leader is Skipper Hoy by 1.5 lengths on another Henry. Johnny Manjaro making a quick bid. He's out wide on the track but rushing up, and Sovereign Lad is going forward as well. They're followed by Western Buddy on the fence. 1.5 lengths to settling down Born to Star. Well back now is Young Stamp, relegated to third last, and last is Sterling Vance. Lead time 35.6 as as they race towards the 1300, and Jim Reckless is pushing on with Sovereign Lad. He's keen to lead, and travelling towards the 1200, it's Sovereign Lad now crossing to the fence by a length and a half on Skipper Hoy. Johnny Manjaro facing the breeze, third on the outside of another Henry. McElton is fourth, 1 by 1 in the running line. They're followed next by On the Fence Western Buddy, first quarter of the mile in 30.3. 1 length to Young Stamp, 1 by 2 from Born to Star, second last, and Sterling Vance at the rear as they travel towards the 900 metres mark. Sovereign Lad in front by 1 length on Johnny Manjaro. Skipper Hoy tucked away in third place, McElton on a loose rein fourth. Then another Henry from Young Stamp, Western Buddy, Sterling Vance, and still last is Born to Star, 30.7 for the second quarter. Sovereign Lad at the 650 in front by 1 length on Johnny Manjaro. Skipper Hoy easing off the fence. Western Buddy next from another Henry. McElton giving up quickly, being passed by Born to Star. Young Stamp coming to the outside, but well off the lead, and Sterling Vance is going up on the fence. Sovereign Lad in front. Reckless having a couple of looks over his shoulder. He's clear by 1 length on Johnny Manjaro, who is flat. Western Buddy in third place. Skipper Hoy to the outside, battling on fairly well. Sterling Vance looking for room. Then Born to Star, another Henry, and Young Stamp coming to the extreme outside. Sovereign Lad looking good at the top of the straight, clear by 1 length on Johnny Manjaro. Western Buddy in third place, then Skipper Hoy, another Henry, and here's Young Stamp coming with great strides on the outside. Sovereign Lad in front, Young Stamp's coming quickly. Sovereign Lad's hanging on, he'll get there. Sovereign Lad just beats Young Stamp. Third, another Henry. Then Sterling Vance and Western Buddy. Sterling Vance had no luck from Johnny Manjaro. Born to Star next from Skipper Hoy, who tied.
Well, he eased on the tote, but he's won and just held on nicely there for fans of Sovereign Lad, 9.53. Here's Maitland.
Followed then by Purple Fury, King's Gambit, Stormy Rover. Back in the field of Ballakira, Gamecock, Royal Oak, Muckalee Kid, and Bavarian King brought up the rear, commencing the run down the back, and Royal Courtier the leader, showing out a little more than a length to Dad's Boy. A good break to King's Gambit, followed then by Purple Fury, Royal Oak, Ballakira, Gamecock, Muckalee Kid, Stormy Rover, and Bavarian King. They put the first quarter behind them in 29.43 as they make the run to the corner, a lap and a quarter out, and Royal Courtier the leader, a little more than a length to Dad's Boy. Moving up around the outside, King's Gambit from Royal Oak on the inside of Purple Fury. Next was Ballakira, Gamecock, Muckalee Kid. Second last in the event, Bavarian King and Stormy Rover brought up the rear. They cast the home turn astern and commenced the run down to the judge for what'll be the bell act for the second quarter in 56. And Royal Courtier showed the way. About a length and a quarter to the good of Dad's Boy. Moving up fast on the outside, King's Gambit on the rail, Royal Oak being followed by Purple Fury. Ballakira, Gamecock eased off the paint to make a run from Muckalee Kid, Bavarian King, and still Stormy Rover was last of all, 600 out, and no change in the order. Royal Courtier's kicked away a length and 3/4 to Dad's Boy. King's Gambit was next, tucked up on the outside. Moving up along the rail now was Royal Oak. Further out still in the event, Ballakira, Gamecock from Purple Fury, Muckalee Kid, Bavarian King and Stormy Rover. The third quarter, 132.52 as they moved to the corner, 300 out, and still the leader was Royal Courtier, but coming at it on the outside was Dad's Boy. Royal Oak was poking up along the rail. Further out still was Muckalee Kid and Bavarian King putting in a good run from King's Gambit, and Ballakira, Gamecock in the straight. It's Royal Courtier the leader, Dad's Boy, and further out still Muckalee Kid and Bavarian King are putting in their claims. It's Royal Courtier in front, but finishing too well. The more Muckalee Kid's got up and beat Royal Courtier. Close for third, either Dad's Boy or Bavarian King, followed by Royal Oak, King's Gambit, Ballakira, Gamecock, Stormy Rover and Purple Fury last in.
Thank you there, Ned. 10-6 a photo. Now an update for
They're racing. Blue Zamet began only fairly. Winning the start on the outside was Chariot Bird from second. My Mate Spanner. Big Bad Janice out wide, followed by Horatio. Blue Zamet on the inside from Cruising. Second last and in bother there Candyman Kent, and two last of all was Advanced Pasco. To the back, Chariot Bird gets away. Leads out by 3. Blue Zamet on the inside for second. Third, the other was Horatio. Followed 3 lengths away by Cruising. Behind those came Candyman Kent and also Big Bad Janice. In the straight, Chariot Bird in front. Blue Zamet won't get it. Chariot Bird too good. Chariot Bird by 2 on second. Blue Zamet. Third was Horatio, followed next by Cruising, and also there was Candyman Ken from Advanced Pass Go, Big Bad Janice and My Maid Spanner.
Good on you, Rod. Rod Fuller at Penrith.
Right up with them on the second row, so that's good news for favourite backers, and they're off and racing. And Stanley Port began pretty well on the inside. Bakila shows speed, but Stanley Port's going to lead. Great Escape from out wide goes forward. 50-50 grabs a trail in the early part, getting up on the inside. Altercation, Voodoo Man next. Marmic Dream caught 3 deeper. Beware the Shadow is paced safely to the first turn, but it's well back with Brian Oliver at the tail. Now taking over Great Escape as they race towards the back straight, a lap and 3/4 from home, and Great Escape has opened up a break of 15 metres nearly. Stanley Port runs second, 6 metres Bakila. Now Voodoo Man takes off. Altercations on the inside, 50-51 off. 8 metres away then to Brian Oliver, getting up inside of Beware the Shadow, and 6 metres last of all Marmic Dream. They leave the back, and there's certainly been no loafing in the early stages here. The leader steadies somewhat now, Great Escape, but they've run the first quarter in 30 flat. Great Escape led 2 metres. Voodoo Man has got around them when they've started to slow up. Stanley Port behind them. Bakila's now got the 1-1. Beware the Shadow takes off 3 deep, gets past 50-50. Altercations on the inside. Marmic Dream tries to follow the favourite, and Brian Oliver at the tail, a lap from home, and the leader is Great Escape, 3 metres Voodoo Man, 3 wide Beware the Shadow. Stanley Port behind them, Bakila the centre. 50-50 was able to ease out onto the back of Beware the Shadow. Altercation needs a fair bit of luck from the inside. In the centre, Brian Oliver, and last Marmic Dream. They slowed up to 32.1 the second quarter as they go into the back. Great Escape, 2 metres Voodoo Man. Beware the Shadow looks to be going very well out 3 deep. Further back in the field, Bakila. Down on the inside, Stanley Port. 50-50 out 3 wide, but under a bit of pressure. And Altercation works one off, joins it. Great Escape battles away on the inside. Now Altercation back in the pack's got a split and is running home strongly. Then Bakila 50-50. Third quarter was 30.1. Beware the Shadow goes to a 2 metre lead from Voodoo Man. Altercation continues to run on. Then Great Escape, Beware the Shadow in front from Voodoo Man. Altercation's run might have ended on the outside. It's making a little bit of ground, but Beware the Shadow too good. Beware the Shadow first. Or not much in it for second. Altercation or Voodoo Man, a tight go. Great Escape in behind them. Then Bakila 50-50, not that far away. Clear of Stanley Port, Brian Oliver and Marmic Dream.
9 and a third.
Paced Hurdle. Favourites the white Night Safari racing. Night Safari came out only fairly over the first and down on the inside. Bush Bee Star being passed by Night Safari. Justin's Kids is on the outside behind them, storming on Bush Bee J. A couple then to Bossy Oak Confederate Star. Blue Dell is making ground on the inside. Down the back, Justin's Kid kicked away, storming on a second. Justin's Kid leads on the home bend. A couple in second place was storming on and Blue Dell behind them. Justin's Kid with 1 to go now. Justin's Kid leads over the last, and Justin's Kid goes on to win the hurdle brilliantly. Justin's Kid by 2 lengths to Stormin' On. Getting up for third, Night Safari from Blue Dell, Confederate Star, Bossy Oak, and Bush BJ was last.
Good one, Pete, and good jumping. Justin's Kid, 7-6-3. In the
About to dispatch the field in the back straight. They're set for a start. Ready, they're racing. Missing it by about 10 metres was My Friendly Guy. He walked out from the front. Away quickly in the meantime is Punch, and also showing speed is Chrisfield. Satin Tabella couldn't go early from 1. Victory is Ours is now mustering speed on the inside. It kicks up and keeps out Chrisfield. He's hopping though. Victory is Ours. He's buckled. He's broken. Victory is Ours in front. He's losing ground. Victory is Ours. He won't settle down. So Chrisfield on his outside work to the lead now from Punch. Victory is Ours. He's still broken. He still won't settle down. He's dropping right out of it early. On the outside, Michael Blue Chip gets to third. High Road has the cover. Then Satin Tabella, Chardonnay the inside of My Friendly Guy. Loyal Bryce is third last. Second last, Victory is Ours. He's now getting going as Michael Blue Chip on the outside now tackles Chrisfield for the lead and goes straight past him. And Torch Song on the outside is last. 2 circuits out. In front, Michael Blue Chip by 8 metres. Taking the trail now, Chrisfield second. Punches third the rail. High Road fourth without cover. Then Satin Tabella fifth on the fence. My Friendly Guy has the 1-out trail. From the rear now, here's Torch Song. She's peeling around the outside deep, and My Friendly Guy comes out in front of her. Loyal Bryce, 1 off the fence, is third last. Then Chardonnay, and Victory is Ours getting going, 1 off the fence is last. At the lap and a half mark, My Friendly Guy travelled into second placing within a metre of Michael Blue Chip. At the 1400, Tort Song is off the track making ground. Up on the outside is Punch fifth. The leader's back is Chrisfield. Then Satin to Bella the rail. 3 metres to High Road. 6 metres to Loyal Bryce. Chardonnay the fence. And Victory is Ours is now pulling out from the rear, some 25 metres off the lead. Approaching the turn, the leaders have gone fairly quickly from the outset. In front is Michael Blue Chip by a metre. Tort Song on the outside now travelled into second placing. My Friendly Guy in the centre is kicking up, making Tort Song work that little bit harder. Now Victory is Ours makes ground. He gets into fourth placing out 3 wide on the back of Tort Song. Then Chrisfield the rail. Punch is pulling double in the centre. Loyal Bryce now pulls out. It's going home on the back of Victory is Ours. Satin to Bella jammed away, 3 back on the fence, followed by High Road and Chardonnay last on the rail. Tightly packed out of the straight towards the 650. No more than about 15 metres had covered the field. It's almost a line of 3. Down the back, Michael Blue Chip just in front. Of on the outside, My Friendly Guy and Tort Song 3 wide. Victory is Ours will have to pull out 4 wide. Punch is still pulling treble in the centre. Chrisfield the leader's back. Loyal Bryce 3 wide. Then High Road, Satin to Bella and Chardonnay last. Before the turn, 400 metres out. It's now a line of 3. In the centre, My Friendly Guy put his nose in front of on the rail. Michael Blue Chip. Under pressure is Tort Song. Victory is Ours under the whip out 4 wide. Pulling out now Loyal Bryce. No run for Punch Chrisfield. Then High Road, Chardonnay and Satin to Bella. On the home turn at the 200, Michael Blue Chip under the whip just in front of My Friendly Guy. Under the whip is Victory is Ours, and now Loyal Bryce is coming at them quickly. Loyal Bryce raced up on the outside, hit the lead 100 metres out. Getting out High Road, making ground. Victory is Ours is boxing on. Chrisfield is getting a run back on the rail, but Loyal Bryce in front, and Loyal Bryce wins 3 metres to High Road. Tight third, Chrisfield and Victory is Ours made an awful mess shortly after the start. Definitely cost him the race. Satin to Bella rattled home. Chardonnay made ground. Close up My Friendly Guy. Then Tort Song.
11.5 under photo. Thank you very much.
Line out. Winning the start was Sherry Supreme. For Lisa's trying to get across, but Sherry Supreme holds it out. Leads by a half on For Lisa second. 2 lengths away third was Adios Prince, followed by Patricia Dawn and Asset. Next to last was Western Light, and back on the inside last of all Crystal Blue. To the back it's Sherry Supreme by a length and a half on For Lisa, sticking on. 2 lengths third was Adios Prince, followed next the outside by Ann Asset. Back on the fence Patricia Dawn. Crystal Blue well out of its ground, and 3 last of all was Western Light. To the home turn at Sherry Supreme, still 2.5 lengths in front. For Lisa is trying hard. Sherry Supreme in front. For Lisa won't get it. Sherry Supreme in a photo. Only just over second for Lisa. Third might be Adios Prince, just in front of Patricia Dawn from Crystal Blue. Western Light, who was one of the last ones in.
OK, Rod, 5, 8 and 2 there. 5, 8, 2. Race 6, Penrith. Going to Ned Wilshire now at Maitland. This is race 6.
Heading towards the starting point. Outside, they were followed then by Dr. Socky and Huckleberry as last of all, but after breaking now, Rainbow Harpy dropped back to last. Making the run around the corner and down to the judge the first time, and the leader bowling along out in front, Prince Lobel from So-and-so, Betty Jason on its outside. Taking the sit now was Don't Adios. They were followed by Palmdale on the breaking. On the outside of Perestroika, next Patiki Mark from Dr. Socky, Huckleberry, and last of all was Rainbow Harpy, making the run over towards the 600. And not a lot of pace on. Prince Lobel showed the way a length to So-and-so. Third without cover, Betty Jason in advance of Don't Adios, Perestroika. Moving around the... Making the run down towards the 400, and the lead time 58.58, and the leader still in the event was Prince Lobel. Was next, followed then by Perestroika, Patiki Mark. Rainbow Harpy coming up on the inside of Huckleberry, and Palmdale was last of all. Around the corner and down to the judge for what'll be the bell lap this time, and the lead time 1:31, and still the leader was Prince Lobel, about a length to the good of Dr. Socky on its outside. Third the rail So-and-so from Betty Jason. Don't Adios now going for a run, forcing Huckleberry out wide in advance of Perestroika, Patiki Mark, Rainbow Harpy, and still last of all was Palmdale. They cleared a bullpen corner and commenced the run down the back, 500 out, and Prince Lobel was still in charge and giving plenty, followed then by Don't Adios. Huckleberry unwinding a big run up around the outside, now taking off Perestroika from Betty Jason, So-and-So, Patiki Mark, and last of the main division now would be Rainbow Harpy and Forget Palmdale at the corner. 350 out wide. Perestroika's gone up to join the leading division. Prince Lobel was down on the rail, followed then by Patiki Mark moving around the outside. Don't Adios was there too, and also Huckleberry in the straight, and Perestroika was the leader. Prince Lobel giving plenty out on the rail. Patiki Mark right down the outside with Huckleberry and Don't Adios, but Perestroika in front, and it's a double to Downing. Perestroika won the money. Patiki Mark second, close for third between Prince Lobel and Huckleberry, followed then by Betty Jason. Don't Adios, So-and-So was next from Dr. Socky, a long way back to Rainbow Harpy, and Palmdale will be last in.
8-7 in the photo, thank you, Ned. Ned.
Heading towards the starting point. Set. There's the blue light racing now. Southern Lover from out wide, ease back. Haughty Toll showing good speed with Dominion Air. Bourbon Twist driven with the whippers charging across, and Able Souvenir is showing good speed shortly afterwards. Incentive and Parkland's Tempo got a nice run through from the second line. Those horses up in centre field from Bori Langus, who's drifting back but caught wide. Then Parisian Royal. Gross Income is third last from Cavaradossi second last, and Southern Lover on the fence at the rear. After travelling 400, and it's Bourbon Twist in front by 3 parts of a length on Able Souvenir. The first quarter, 27.7. They're flying in front. Hoity Toll in third place, and Dominion Air fourth, 1 by 1. Incentive fifth offence. Parkland's Tempo 1 by 2 on the running line as the pace slows in front now. Then Southern Lover from Parisian Royal, drifting back Cavaradossi. As second last is Bori Langus, who's caught quite wide, and Gross Income is last as they make the turn towards the 800, where it's Bourbon Twist in front, still by 1 length on Able Souvenir, who's edging a little closer again on the outside. Second quarter, 32.8. Hoity Toll is tucked away in third place, Dominion Air fourth. Parkland's Tempo next on the outside of Incentive from Parisian Royal. Now Cavaradossi is 3 wide starting a run, then Southern Lover. Second last is Gross Income, and Bori Langus a half length behind them at the rear as they travel towards the far turn. At the 450, Bourbon Twist joined on the outside by Able Souvenir, who looks to be going the better. Hoity Toll in third place trying to squeeze off the fence. There's just enough room now. Dominion Air on his outside, then Parkland's Tempo and Incentive. Cavaradossi's gone, struck trouble there, Cavaradossi, and to the extreme outside is Parisian Royal. At the top of the straight, Able Souvenir in front. Parkland's Tempo coming quickly, and Parisian Royal joining in. Parkland's Tempo and Parisian Royal, they went to the front together. Hoity Toll making up ground late. Parisian Royal, Parkland's Tempo, they split it. Parisian Royal got there. Parisian Royal just defeats Parkland's Tempo in a photo. Third's a close photo as well, Incentive on the outside, all Hoity Toll. They were followed by Gross Income, Able Souvenir, then Dominion Air, followed back in the field by Southern Lover, Bori Langus, and the last couple across the line were Bourbon Twist and Cavaradossi, who struck trouble at the top of the straight.
Okay, thank you, Damien.
The maiden racing, Captain's Flats coming okay. Tiny Paradise and the Coa Magic won the start. They lead settling from Oakley Last. Copper Sunsets found the fence. Then came behind them Captain's Flat. They were followed by Cool Gent, Lady Chicola and Californian Miss. Down the back, Tiny Paradise led. A Coa Magic is driving up out wide. Right behind them and in some trouble, Oakley Last, Copper Sunset. Out wide running on Captain's Flat. A Coa Magic went to the lead. Captain's Flat's running on. Captain's Flat went to a Coa Magic. And Captain's Flat's too good. Captain's Flat wins at a length and a half. Tiny Paradise ahead away third, a Coa Magic. Then Cool Gent, a break in the field to Oakley Last, Copper Sunset from Lady Chicola and Californian Miss.
Okay, Pete, 153, good win to Captain's Flat, race 5.
Nothing else pinged away that well, and Sir Torquelot had little trouble in going away. And the good news is they've all paced, but then after the start, Casino Lad's gone for a gallop. Now, most of them are getting past him okay, so not too many problems caused. So round the first turn, Sir Torquelot led Parley's Pride Abbey's Franco glide away very well. Already up running fourth, but will probably be left facing the breeze, I think. Then on the inside, we have Ashtray. 2 metres away, Applegraph. Getting up on the rails next then would have been Colonel Fernando. A couple couple away to Top Mate. 4 metres then to Kawatha Hanover, well out of it early. Back along the inside, behind it Mercenary Wizard. Then 8 metres Hunger Buster, and 10 metres last of all Casino Lad. Off the back, under 2.5 laps to run. And Sir Talkalot gets his chance to get back into the winners list tonight. He's led easily and has had to do little work in the first lap. 4 metres in front of Parley's Pride. Abbey's Pride third. Now Franco Glide is going to be forced to face the breeze. Back on the inside, Ashtray. Applegraph 1-1 on its back was Top Mate. Down on the inside then Colonel Fernando. Mercenary Wizard next inside of Kawatha Hanover. He's a long way from the lead at this point, Kawatha Hanover. 5 metres Hunger Buster and 2 metres Casino Lad. Now we'll get the lead time, and it's not quick. In fact, it's fairly leisurely. Only 1:24.8. So Sir Torgalot's had a nice first lap. 4 metres in front. Parley's Pride running second. Franco Glide now being allowed to slide forward on the outside by Jock Dunlop. Down on the rails, Abbey's Pride. Applegraph 1-1. Next then Ashtray. Going around it, Top Mate. 2 or 3 metres back on the rails, Colonel Fernando. Then Kawatha Hanover. 3 metres to Mercenary Wizard. 4 metres further back in the field then was Hunger Buster. And last of all, Casino Lad. They leave the back. I reckon they've sped up somewhat this quarter. Sir Talkalot led. It's a couple of metres in front. I reckon he's probably sped up to keep Franco Glide working on the outside. First quarter they've run in 30.7, so they certainly did speed up. 30.7. Sir Talkalot the leader from Franco Glide. Parley's Pride's had the run of the race, and behind them Applegraph fourth. Then on the rails, Abbey's Pride. Here comes Kawatha Hanover 3 deep. Goes around Top Mate. Ashtray with nowhere to go on the rails. Hunger Buster tries to get onto the back of its stablemate. Then Colonel Fernando. Well back then to Mercenary Wizard. And 6 metres Casino Lad. They head towards the back now with just over 700 to run. Second quarter, 31 flat. The leader is Sir Talkalot. He's going very well. Led 3 metres. Franco Glide second. Now Kawatha Hanover moves up 3 deep, so the favourites are going together now. Behind them, Parley's Pride. Further back in the field then would have been Applegraph. Abbey's Pride back on the rails, then Hunger Buster. Further back, Top Mate. Not much point going further back. They leave the back. Franco Glide's beaten. He's the first horse out of it. Sir Talkalot. 2 metres in front, Kawatha Hanover. He'll stay all night, and he's really throwing down the gauntlet to the leader now. Parley's Pride about to get clear from the inside. He's had a great run. And further back, Applegraph on the turn. Kawatha Hanover's got the upper hand from Sir Talkalot. Parley's Pride to the outside, then Applegraph, Abbey's Pride. Kawatha Hanover tiring. Parley's Pride, Sir Talkalot the rails. Kawatha Hanover hangs on. Too good. Big win. Kawatha Hanover's beaten Sir Talkalot. Parley's Pride, I think, third, just in advance of Applegraph. Then Abbey's Pride, Franco Glide not that far away at the finish. They are followed then by Hunger Buster. Further back in the field, we had Mercenary Wizard after a gap, Colonel Fernando, Casino Lad, Ashtray and Top Mate last.
Okay, Lance Justice. Number 9, and that was Kawatha Hanover, 9.
For the 7th event, ready to go. Off and running. And winning the break was Drossen, raced a length in front of Classic Carol second. On the outside was Penny League making good ground, followed by Cheetah Magic, who found the inside. 2 further back to Racy Boy, followed by Ginger Ninja. Second last Locky Zone, and last of all was Diaming. Down the back it's Drossen, out by the best part of 3. On second, Penny League, who's closing. 3 lengths third was Cheetah Magic, followed by Racy Boy. A further 2.5 Classic Carol from Ginger Ninja. They straighten up, it's Drossen in front. Applying the pressure as Penny League, Drossen in front, holding Penny League, and Drossen wins. Drossen first, Penny League second. Third was Classic Carol, followed by Cheetah Magic and also Ginger Ninja from Racy Boy, Diaming, and last of all was Locky's Own.
Okay, Rod, 2, 8 and 3, the checks, Drossen.
I'm Paul Wheeler from the Harndorf Inn Hotel. Harndorf is a small German settlement village situated in the Adelaide Hills. It's only 30 minutes drive from the GPO. Our hotel offers a unique traditional environment, warm, friendly atmosphere, complemented by excellent meals. So next time you're in town, come and join us.
It. Off. Classy strike away well. O'Mario has missed it. In fact, the red light is up and it's a false start. A false start in which it appears that the tape for the 15-metre markers failed to release properly. It's a false line. Off. This time they're away well. Ironbark galloped away. Away quickly, Classy Striker. Mario's away nice.
OK, they've got away nicely in Melbourne. Now here's the race at Wenty.
Won the start. High Ranking went to the lead. Donna Chartres has been able to get to a clear second from Magic Mabel, Silver Rocket. Along the rail, Solitary Pursuit, Clow Valley Lane and Valley Kid down the back. And High Ranking nicely clear by 5 lengths to Donna Chartres. Along the rails, Magic Mabel, Solitary Pursuit skirting the outside. A couple to Silver Rocket, but it is all High Ranking on the bunny and flying. High Ranking by 6 lengths going to second, Solitary Pursuit. High Ranking too good, 5 Solitary Pursuit, Donna Chartres third. And then Silver Rocket with a break in the field to Magic Mabel, Valley Kid and Clow Valley Lane.
OK, 4, 2 and 1. A good win to High Ranking. And let's get back to Brian.